Tiger Woods apologizing on his website for, quote, infidelity. The pro golfer also saying he's taking a break from the sport indefinitely. And now at least one of his sponsors says it is evaluating its relationship with the star. A statement from AT&T says, quote, we support Tiger's decision and our thoughts will be with him and his family. We are presently evaluating our ongoing relationship with him. And Accenture has taken Tiger Woods off the front page of its website. Before Tiger's car accident on November 27th, the golf star had a permanent home of sorts on the website's front page. Joining me live now is Randall, the Executive Vice President of Nielsen IAG, the advertising measurement arm of the Nielsen Company. And a good morning to you, Randall.
Good morning.
Okay, besides the problems in his personal life, Tiger is stepping down from the game indefinitely. How much more does this weigh in terms of the decision of all these advertising companies? How much do they figure they're going to get bang for their buck if Tiger's not out in the public eye and they're using him as a sponsor?
Alex, I think what's important to remember here is that there are really two brands we're talking about. There's the PGA Tour brand, and then there are the marketers that use Tiger in their marketing efforts. And if you first look at the PGA Tour, what you really see is the presence and performance of Tiger makes a huge difference. Let's talk about the presence first. We looked at the tournaments that he was not playing in when he had reconstructive knee surgery. And what you see is that the ratings versus a year ago, the TV ratings were down almost 50%.
Wow.
The other thing you see is performance makes a big difference, because when he wins the Masters, the ratings on average are about 20% higher than when he doesn't win. So clearly his presence and his performance makes a big difference for the PGA. Okay,
that's the PGA. Now what about, say, Nike? This is a company that pays him $30 million a year. And there are many that suggest he defines the Nike brand right now. What's Nike thinking?
Well, let's first talk about why advertisers really like Tiger. We went back and looked at the story breaking, all the different ads that Tiger was in with these brands versus ads that he wasn't in. And what you see across every measure is they perform much better with Tiger in the ads, right? The ads are much more remembered. They're much more likable. People remember the brand more. So in every respect, they're better. Now, there hasn't been an ad since November 29th, so we haven't been able to measure exactly what's going to happen afterwards. But clearly, he has a positive impact historically.
What about any advertisers that are out there, if not those that he does business with right now, who are saying, he's going to come cheaper now. Maybe we'll consider, or maybe we're going to renegotiate at a far lesser rate. I mean, has the power transferred from Tiger to the advertisers?
I think it's a great question. I think there's starting to be some collateral damage. And one way we've measured this is we've looked at late night talk show. And what we've seen since the story broke is 20 different examples where he's been part of a monologue or a skit or a riff by Leno, Letterman, whoever, right? Now, when you look at those, the recall of the brands Tiger is associated with in those skits is about 40% higher than it is usually when brands are in those kinds of skits. On the other hand, that's the positive. On the other hand, the negative of this is that the brand opinion shift is twice as negative. So this is for the brands, not for Tiger, right? So clearly there's some collateral damage, and it's a double-edged sword for the brands.
To what do you attribute that? I mean, get inside the mindset. What is it about Tiger that allows us to remember so much that which he's associated with? I mean, we understand the negativity, I get that. But what is it about Tiger that you think about certain things?
Well, I think these marketers have done a really great job of integrating him into their marketing, number one. And number two, I think he has a really well-defined personality and persona. And so people have a very clear image of what Tiger stands for. I think when you look at the brands that have the most risk are the ones that they've put almost all of their marketing behind Tiger. Some of the larger brands, and we see this in the results, some of the larger brands won't probably be impacted as much because they have more marketing beyond Tiger.
Well, it's all fascinating. How do you think this is all going to end up? Do you think he's going to lose sponsorships?
I have no idea. I think we'd have to go out and talk to the CMOs of these big companies and see what they think.
I will say, 2 weeks ago when this thing first broke, every single PR person, I believe without exception, PR analyst like yourself said, he's going to be fine. Just get back out there on the links, and that's going to keep him employed this way. Because it almost humanizes him, was a point that they were making. Do you think we'll get back to that?
I think a lot's going to depend on what else comes out and what his behavior is from here forward. And so I couldn't speculate on that, but clearly he's been great in the past. There's some damage that we're seeing now. Whether there's more, time will tell.
Yeah. Okay. Randall Beard, very interesting. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Still ahead, thousands.